So nice to meet you, man. They're like, I'm almost here because we got the same birthday. Happy birthday. Nice to see you. What's up, man? Yeah, so like we could write it out to my mom actually. Sure, what's her name? Mariana, M-A. All right, buddy, here you go. Happy birthday on October 20th. Yeah, much for everything that you did, everything like that you did, like everything that you gave into good places in life too. I love to hear it. I was bad at one point too, like you just did so much.
Watching you stand alone, all of my doubt suddenly goes away somehow.
The crew back together. What were your first thoughts?
Well, for me, I sat down with the three writers of the show, who I heard were talking about doing a series, and they had spoken to Billy, and they said, "Hey, we have this idea for this show. It's called Cobra Kai." I was like, "Seriously? And you're gonna be like a car salesman? Really? And we're gonna redeem Johnny Lawrence, but it's really gonna be good for you too." I was like, "Okay." As they kept talking, and then talking about the generations and how the show was gonna flesh out and dive into the gray areas of characters, and I had just seen the movie Creed the week before, and that kind of informed how you could go into the Rocky Balboa universe but not make Rocky 7. Everything became smart, and when they started talking about Robbie as Johnny's son who trained with Daniel, and they talked about Samantha, and they talked about Miguel as the millennial Daniel LaRusso, now I started to see the universe open up, and I look way smarter than I am because I said okay, and it's awesome.
We are so glad you did. Yes. We really are. And something I had asked, I asked William and Martin a few months ago or a month ago was, what surprised you most about who your characters had become? William, you had a great answer. You're like, I didn't even have a dog.
Yeah, not even a fish. Yes, so they came to guys, Josh, John, and Hayden. Everybody know Josh, John, and Hayden by now? Yes. You know the guys, the three guys who created the show. When they pitched this to me, first of all, it was decades later. So the farthest from my mind and Ralph's mind was that we ever not only would play these characters again, but could play these characters again, because it's a property of Sony Pictures, and you just don't get to do that. But these guys came with a pitch, and they already had Sony behind it. Jerry Weintraub's estate was behind it. Everybody was ready to go, and they just needed to get me and Ralph first to jump in. So we went to this Mexican restaurant and in the Valley in LA, and we all sit down, and Josh Heald did Hot Tub Time Machine, which I was lucky enough to do a little part in. And John and Hayden did what was their thing? Oh, the Harold and Kumar franchise and all that. So I thought it was maybe a sequel to one of those things. And then they sat down and they're like, Johnny Lawrence, Cobra Kai, da-da-da-da. And basically everything that you know about season 1, they spit-fired in about 30 minutes, including what Johnny was doing, what Daniel was doing, and then Miguel and Hawk and all the characters. So it was overwhelming. And I said at the end, I said, you can't just do this, So there was like this little part of Johnny inside of me that was jumping up inside. But we both stepped into it really cautiously because we really protective of the Karate Kid and what that means to everybody, what it means to us, and but we felt like it was the right guys. And at the end of that meeting, they said, "Are you in?" And I said, "Well, there was nothing on paper, there's nothing to read. It was just the pitch." And
I think all together we make the perfect sensei.
Perfect storm. All of us bring our individual strengths to the whole Miyagi verse. Daniel-san's character, it's this stability, it's this inner piece that he brings that is a little more calming and level-headed. And then you have the wild card, which is, Johnny's unpredictable style of teaching, which is good because then you don't know where he's going to come from, what angle and all that.
Got any lighter fluid? Came up with a new lesson on the drive over.
And I take all that into what I've been about, and that's just beating people up and
I would not lose.
Like Daniel LaRusso, you learn how to paint fences and wax cars. Chosen will teach you how to not break an egg, and Johnny Lawrence will teach you how to throw a spinning tornado kick into a hanging watermelon.
One purpose, one team. One dojo.
Season 2. So, you know, like I said earlier, like, you know, time changes things, and so Johnny's kind of a different guy. But the one thing about him was, Johnny was easy to tap into because he's in my heart, and it's like Johnny always wears his heart on his sleeve, even if no matter what. He may be wrong, he may say something politically incorrect, but his intentions are never bad. His intentions are misguided sometimes. Maybe he's out of step or out of touch. But his heart is, you know, I would say pure, but pretty pure in that sense, you know. But he was built through his circumstances to be a certain way. He's a brawler. He was raised by this guy who was trained, you know, this insane kind of no mercy karate, and he was a victim of Vietnam, and he was a victim of those days, you know. And so he passed down his broken information to me, who's passing down my broken information. And that's how life goes. And you know, and you hopefully can change that and fall forward. So I think for all of us in the characters, as we were finding where we were broken and set back, but each person was trying to push forward, and the writing helped that to bring it to a closure at the end of season 6, where everybody kind of came full circle, and we all went on that journey. We went on that journey as actors, and you guys went on it as fans, and we share that together, and it's really super cool.
Hey Nash and Rhett. This is Billy Zabka, aka Johnny Lawrence from Cobra Kai. Just want to tell you guys are brothers. Okay, you're gonna be best friends for the rest of your life, so there's no fighting in the house, alright? You gotta be each other's best friends. You're gonna have enough problems in the world. You take care of each other. That's what I tell my kids. Alright, I'm with your mom. Sending you a lot of love.
No fighting in the house.
Be good, yes. No fighting in the house, but outside's okay?
Totally, that's fine.
Oh, I guess outside's fine. Ready, go. Well, we went into this, we first started filming season 6 right before there was a big strike, so we had a false start almost a year and a half ago, and then we had a big long break. So coming back to it, we were revved up and ready to go, and this was about 5.5, 6 months of, almost 6 months of filming. So it was literally like climbing Mount Everest, and you know, it was a lot of work ahead of us, a lot of fighting, a lot of emotional beats, really incredibly challenging shooting schedules and days and hours. So I think getting through those steps, it just looked like a monster, and but it was so fulfilling to play all that. And then as we got to the end, all of a sudden you start seeing characters being series wrapped, and it started to get real, like this is coming to an end, and it started to get nostalgic and you know, somewhat not sad but emotional, and you know, and then at the end I think it was just, we did it. You know, I think we all feel like we stuck the landing. Everybody poured their hearts and souls and their bodies into this show. Every actor, all the writers and our stunt teams. So we feel like I think we've put on an amazing show that we're excited for the world to see. So there's a satisfaction in completing that work, and then a bittersweetness of it being, you know, the end of the story.
Eyes on